First play goes for about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. Wolverines starting way, way back on their own 10-yard line. They've got it up to the 12 now. Clockers would love to make a defensive stand right here. 2nd down play. Westwood spreads it out like they're going to pass, but I'd be surprised. Let's see what they do.
Hey, Tom.
It is a run. It's up the middle.
I want to click something so that we can't hear the announcer.
All right, hold on.
They get a good chunk of yardage, not quite enough for the first down. It's going to be 3rd and very, very short.
All right, can you...
You know, the Wolverines are so deep in their own territory, if they might punt if the Clockers can stop them here.
Huh?
They might have to. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Collins hands off. Not much. Pushed back. Officials call time, thinking possibly measurement. Pretty good spot forward progress-wise. And it is a first down for Westwood. So the ball's up to the 20-21 now, first down Westwood.
Hi guys, can I help you? Okay, do you mind even watching up there? All right, thanks. Bunch of girls.
Up the middle, just a couple of yards. Owen Gallagher, the workhorse tonight, number 33.
Gallagher again, the ball carrier.
Small but tough.
Brought down by Jason Armstead for the...
He's been around a long time. He's been playing since a freshman on this Wolverine team.
All right, guys, be quiet. Guys, shh.
2nd and 9. Clockers showing a defensive alignment that did not frighten the Wolverines. We have a completed pass for a first down. And it went to Pat Irvine. First down Westwood. They try the right side of the Ashland line, and back they go. Ronconi leads the charge. Now the Clockers have him in a 3rd down situation.
Ball is on the 35-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 7.
Check that, 2nd and 7 coming up. Westwood a passing team, but they have not passed much tonight except when they needed it for 6. Collins to throw through the hands of the defender and the receiver.
That was Tommy DeSalvo.
Tommy DeSalvo had that one go right through him, and then the receiver dropped it. Good coverage by Tom DeSalvo, the freshman. And now it's 3rd down. This is where the Clockers have to come up to get that ball. Keep their lead. Collins is going to work from a shotgun this time. Nobody in the backfield. They don't give him time, but he runs it up the middle. He's got a first down before Armistead wraps him up. A flag thrown into the pile during the tackling. Probably against Ashland, we'll see.
penalties going against the Clockers. That's time added on. So that'll be probably 10 added on.
Penalty is against Ashland. So, another third down play goes Westwood's way. As Collins, the Clockers had a good rush on him, and I'm not so sure he ever intended to pass as he took it right up the middle without much hesitation. Fought for the first down, and then a 10-yard penalty against Ashland has now brought it all the way to the Ashland 37, tacked on after the run. And Westwood in business with another first down. This drive started at their own 10. They're now at the Ashland 37. Clock running, less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Clockers stuffed that one. Very, very little gain, if any.
About a yard by Collins on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Collins kept it. 2nd and 9 coming up. The up fake goes to It's not Gallagher, it's the other one. Russ Keene, number 23. And he has a beautiful, tough run inside for a first down. Inside the 25-yard line. The march continues. Timeout Wolverines as the clock is down to 1:23 to go in the first half.
First down for Westwood from just inside the clock, or 15-yard line, and we have a timeout called by Westwood.
So the Ashland defense has a chance to get organized. Buddy Norton, the captain of the Clockers, gets his signals from the bench and relays them to his defensive unit. So Clockers get ready for this first down play. The Wolverines charge out of the huddle with 1:23 to go. Plenty of time, but a deep shotgun. Collins wants to throw, looking for the end zone. Got a lot of air under it. It was out of bounds anyway. Intended for Robert Mullen. Well covered by the Clockers. Dan Tedesco having a nice night at defensive back. Mullen was there also. Dan, a sophomore, number 88, has helped thwart a rather potent Westwood passing attack. Doug Collins, one of the leaders in the Tri-Valley League in touchdown passes. He's going to throw again. This time it's the draw. The draw is going to make it a very, very interesting fourth down play coming up. And the Wolverines take another timeout. When we resume, it'll be third down, not fourth, 3rd and 5. I keep skipping downs. I keep trying to take a down away from the Wolverines to the benefit of the hometown 11. The West Union Street boys in desperate need of a win tonight. Any kind of a win tonight would cure a lot of ills on this ill-fated 2002 season. Clockers have given it everything they have all season long, every minute of every game, and would desperately like to see a reward for their hard work. It's not easy practicing every day, coming out for these games once a week, nothing to show in the win column. Third down. Collins drifting right. Wants to throw. Wants to carry. Now reverses field. Who got him? Humpa 65. Mitch Camille wrapped him up and dragged him down before he could reverse field. Timeout Wolverines, 53 seconds left. In the first half, they lose 6-7 yards. It's going to be a 4th and 12 coming up.
Westwood.
Clockers need one more defensive play here. Westwood, a long time to talk it over. Coach Ruggles and his staff. Sandy Ruggles assisted by Steve Hibbard, Brian Tassini, Dennis Baker, Omar Connor, and Bob Bateman. The trainer is Eric Scott. The Wolverines have the play, and they're getting ready. It's going to be a pass. I can pretty much guarantee that. I don't know, with 12 yards to go, that might be too much for Collins to run. Although he's had some big, big runs from his quarterback position. Doug Collins, 14, from the shotgun. Gallagher in motion. Collins in the pocket. Now he does try to run it. They've got him. They've got him on the sideline. They snow him under. First down, Ashland. The Clockers take over on downs. Mitch Camille, 65 there again. Mike Carrat, 22 was there. Jeff DeLuca, 54 was there. Ashland takes over, 43 seconds left in the first half. Clockers deep in their own territory. You wouldn't expect too much here, but you want to protect that football. You don't want to fumble here. You don't expect the Clockers to pass, but you never know. When you're 0-8, looking for your first win of the year, sometimes you've got to open up a Pandora's box. Up the middle, the reliable Buddy Norton takes it for a couple of yards. The clock continues to run. The Wolverines aren't stopping it.
4, maybe 5 on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 5.
And my guess is that's going to be the half unless they try one more. Might want to try a Mullen pitch here, see if he could break one. Mullen with the speed to do that. They give it conservatively to Norton again up the middle. And that should be the half. And for the first time this season, the Clockers lead at the half. And now, oh, I spoke too soon. With 4 seconds left, they call a timeout. They want to run one more play.
Coming up for the Clockers, ball is on the 35. And a timeout was called by Ashland.
I don't know. What do you call here, Don? Don, what do you call here? The swinging gate, the play that got the 2-point conversion by McAdams, that gave the Clockers the 2-point lead they hold now, may be the play they call. So Coach Ruggles with a small gamble here, calling time with 4 seconds left in the half. And the Clockers protecting a 2-point lead. Oh, another dangerous thing here. Carrat working from the shotgun with no one behind him to protect for a fumble. High snap, he handles it and runs it up the middle. He's got a first down and more. He's got to take it all the way as time expires. There's the fumble. Ashland picks it up. They pitch it again. Mullen on the right side. Tries the right corner. The flags fly as Mullen goes down. That's on the defense. The Clockers may get another play. It's a 20-yard gain for Ashland, most of it attributed to the Magazoo run. Both teams are leaving the field. It's the swinging gate by Derek McAdams for the two-point conversion. Gives the Clockers an 8-6 lead. Both teams used up huge chunks of time on their first two drives.
All right,
Clockers going over 7 minutes on their first drive, and Westwood coming back with a 6-minute drive of their own. Clockers made a defensive stand in the second period as the Wolverines got all the way to the Ashland 20-yard line before being pushed back. Westwood to receive to start the second half. Norton and Mullen getting the bulk of the yards for Ashland. They've got about 30 yards, 30, 40 yards each. And as does Anthony Magazoo, but he's only carried 2 or 3 times. He had 20 on his last one. The ball is loose, it's alive. Cut down. Fabiano again, he's the one that had the last return that he tried the reverse on. This time he took it himself. It seemed to me Norton knocked him over. And the Wolverines will start on their own 24, 1st and 10. Third period action. Ashland 8, Westwood 6. Collins, the quarterback, number 14, likes to run. They give it to the speedy Owen Gallagher, who takes the corner, gets a nice gain of about 7 yards. Looked very fast as he tried to go around the left side. Clockers ran him down, but not before, well, it looks like now they're going to call it a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 coming up. Collins hands off inside, not much. 3rd and 4 coming up. So like Westwood did at the start of the game, they start out running Owen Gallagher, the speedy back, number 33, the senior. And again, a big 3rd down play. Big for the Ashland defense. Gaining confidence as the game goes on. They've had a stop last time. This one looks to be close to a 1st down. And they're short. According to the sticks, now they move them. So Westwood, as they did several times in their drive at the waning minutes of the second period, just getting enough to get a 1st down and move those sticks. Ball resting on the Westwood 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Gallagher again, a big hole up the middle. Give him about 8 or 9 yards. Very, very speedy. Tommy DeSalvo with the stop. And Gallagher had up quite his head of steam. They make it a 10-yard gain and another 1st down for Westwood. So they come out running Gallagher, and they've run for 2 1st downs. And Ashland wants to regroup on defense. Coach Ruggles calls a timeout. See if they can make an adjustment. A lot of excitement here at the Grump. As the Clockers hold a lead in the third period for the first time this season. Clockers have had some exciting home games this year. A very good game against Dover Sherburne, a very good game against Holliston. But circumstances prevailed, and the Clockers were unable to get a victory in either one. They were both very exciting games. The only bad game was the game where they had the blackout against Norton. The lights went out, it was 6-0. When the lights came back on the next day, it was 33-0 Norton. And that was the final, and the Clockers did not look good in that game. Clockers with Medfield and Hopkinton left. The Hopkinton game is a home game this year. Thanksgiving morning, 10 a.m. Hopkinton currently undefeated, playing Medfield tonight. And if they win tonight, I think they're in the Super Bowl. As they're undefeated. Medfield has 2 losses, Bellingham has 1 loss. I guess Medfield has an outside chance. Gallagher, not much. Iron Mike Ronconi, 55, filling up the middle of the Ashland defense, stuffing the run. Jeff DeLuca doing yeoman duty from his defensive end position. Number 54. Gallagher again. Very fast to the hole, but the Clockers tackling well. That's one tough kid as he gets about a 5-yard gain that brings up another 3rd down.
Gain of maybe 4 or 5 yards on the play. It will be a 3rd and 2.
Wolverines come up to the huddle quickly, like they want to play. But they have all they can handle tonight with this young bunch of Clockers. Gallagher again, nothing. Or next to nothing. And that's got to be a 4th down coming up, because I'm repeatedly fooled by the spot of the ball. This time it is a 4th down. And as they're in Ashland territory at the 47, you have to think they're going to go for it. No hesitation at all on the Wolverines sideline. Jim Von Yu, 4th-year coach. His record's 17-13 going into the season. He's 3-5 this year, so he's 500 coming into tonight's game. Gallagher up the middle, 1st down. And a little more. Like a bowling ball. So he crashed into those Clocker pins.
Line of scrimmage is the Clocker 42-yard line.
That takes it to the 42, 1st and 10, Westwood there. Their 3rd 1st down in this march. It started around their own 30. Using up a lot of clock. 6 minutes, 5 minutes already burned up on this drive, and they're only to the Ashland 42. Gallagher again. 4, 7, 8 straight rushes by Gallagher. He's now inside the Ashland 40 to the 38.
Ball is on the Clocker 38-yard line.
Coach Ruggles calls on number 52, Al Molida. See if he can stem the tide. Someone else carries. It's a 4-yard fall forward. That's number 35, a fresh face.
Tim Thomas again on the tackle.
Ryan
Gain down to
Lofna,
35-yard
the senior, gets a carry.
3rd and 3 coming up for Westwood.
Another 3rd down play, but they're definitely in 4-down territory now. Ball resting just outside the Ashland 35. Westwood driving. 3rd period action. Ashland 8, Westwood 6. Ashland in white, Clockers in blue. Owen Gallagher stumbled just a little, and I think it kept him from getting any positive yardage, and 4th down is coming up. No gain on the play. Gallagher, 9 out of the last 10 rushes. They've rushed 10 times in this drive. Owen Gallagher has carried 9 of them. Clocker defense getting a good workout. Under 4 minutes left in the 3rd period. Keeping the ball on the ground and grinding up the clock. Chasen Armistead says, let's go bench, let's hear it. 4th down, the crowd comes alive. Now, the officials call a timeout, and Westwood has called a timeout. So Westwood wanted to maybe perhaps see the Ashland defensive alignment and then call their timeout. Westwood actually has looks like they have a quarterback warming up behind their bench. Probably just getting loose. Somebody's just getting loose back there. As Doug Collins has played a good game, number 14. But his team trails. Here comes the 4th down play. 4th and 4 at the Ashland 36. Pat Irvine, the lone wideout. There's a man in motion. He's looking for Irvine. He's open. He's got it. Did he step out of bounds? They hammer him. Mullen hammers him out of bounds. He was right on that line as he tiptoed down the sidelines, walking the tightrope. But he's not out of bounds until Mullen hammers him at the 7. 1st and goal. Westwood, a big play. Irvine uncovered, wide open. As the Clockers put 10 in the box. Clockers have to regroup. A big 30-yard play. Gallagher, a tough 2 to the 5. 2nd down and goal.
Owen Gallagher. Tripped up by Tim Thomas and Chase Armstead for the Clockers. Ball is down to the 5.
Number 44 in the Wolverine backfield is a kid named Dave Bernard. Trips. Gallagher's the deep back. The man in motion is Bernard. Irvine split right. They give it to Gallagher. He stumbles again, but lunges to the 2. 3rd and goal at the 2.
Owen Gallagher. Tackled by Alex Mola. For the Clockers.
This drive has now reached epic proportions. 8.5 minutes off the clock.
Ball is on the 2. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Look for the 3 backs again. The 2 big blockers in front of Owen Gallagher. You got to think he's going to get it again. And he does, right up the middle and into the end zone. Westwood takes the lead, 12-8. With the extra point coming up, ahead by 4. They're definitely going to go for 2.
That was a 2-yard run for a touchdown for Owen Gallagher.
And a big play coming up, as they all are in a close game. Let's see which Coach Von Yu has called. Same formation. Bernard in the wrong place, now sets. Gallagher the fake to Gallagher. He's still got it, can't find a receiver. That's the play that went for the touchdown. This time the Clockers break it up. So the score holds at Westwood 12 and Ashland 8, which really gives the Clockers a lot to shoot for. They know if they can get a touchdown, they will take the lead without having to worry about any extra points. I'm going to say number 82, Dave DeLucia, broke up that two-point conversion pass for the Clockers. Westwood special team hustles out. They're ready to go. Now the Clockers spread the field. It'll be Mullen, McAdams, and Mike Richwine deep. Carchetti, Norton, and Karat the second tier. Last time it went to Carchetti following the Westwood touchdown on a blooping type of a kick that wasn't very good but can be very effective because it's tough to handle. It's another squibber again to Carchetti. He fakes the handoff, takes it to the middle of the field, and is pounded down at the 40-yard line. Not bad field position for Ashland, 60 yards to go. They're down by 4 points. There's a minute 51 left to go in the third period. So that was an 8.5-minute drive by Westwood from the second half kickoff to the 6 points. All on the ground except for the one big pass play that brought them the first and goal. To Pat Irvine, number 19, his favorite receiver. Clockers come out in a standard formation. The quick out to Mullen. Tom Brady breaks one tackle, takes it to the Westwood 40-yard line, a 20-yard gain. Magazoo to Mullen, first down Ashland at the Westwood 40. Magazoo limping slightly. Rich Babb has seen some action at quarterback this season, but really not much. Magazoo is going to limp, but he's going to play. Sideline pattern intended for Karat. Snap and throw. Karat hadn't got that deep yet. Clockers come out passing here in the second half.
Second and 10.
Geez, I wonder if Magazoo got hurt on that last play of the first half, where he took it up the middle 20 yards and then they started lateraling it around. Mullen finally ending up with it. Ball is fumbled. Magazoo falls on it. Did not handle the snap cleanly, and it's now a bad situation. 3rd and 12 at the 43. So this looks like a passing situation. The Magazoo run has always been an option in the Clocker offense, and he likes to run, but maybe with the limp, that's no longer an option. We'll see. Maybe it's a decoy. Clocker spread it out. That's Mike Karat, 22, far side. Richard Babb 80. They jump, the whistle blows. Hopefully the Clockers will pick up a fast 5 here, make it a much more reasonable third down situation. Gives her Coach Ruggles a chance to change the play to something else if he so desires. So looking at the bench, personnel changed. Mike Richwine comes in. Now the Clockers need a timeout to fully discuss this matter. Coach Ruggles wants to get the people in that he wants. Sandy Ruggles, the Hall of Fame coach, winner of numerous Super Bowls while coach of the North Middlesex Regional School. Also coached at the University of Massachusetts at Lowell. And now back in the high school ranks, coaching the Ashland Clockers in his second year. Also a teacher in the Ashland system now. Here we go. 3rd and 8. The quick out, this time to Karat. They're on him. He gets some yards, but he's out of bounds. We're going to be a 4th and short coming up. So Magazoo's hit 2 passes on this drive. And now it's a 4th and 2. That's a 5-yard gain. Karat's first reception of the night. Nothing but fun at the Grump, the last night game of the season. A day game next week at Medfield, and then a day game, of course, on Thanksgiving morning. There it is. It's out to Mullen. He's going to have to break a tackle. He turns the corner. I would say he's got the first down. He looks to be down at around the 30-yard line. He used his speed, his quickness, and his shiftiness. The Clockers are mighty happy. It's first down. They feel they got it. The officials don't seem to be convinced. They may want a measurement. And they're going to have a conference. All right, I guess maybe someone just took a timeout. The sticks have not been moved yet. The chain gang, led by the legendary Mark Dassoni, waits for their instructions from the officials. And now I see what this is all about. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. I'm the last to know. And after 3 periods, it's Westwood 12, Ashland 8. The teams change sides. The Clockers will be going right towards the school. With us tonight, the Clocker Brass. Providing the soundtrack. Play resumes. The Clockers will have a first down at the Westwood 30. They have their play. They're at the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. They've been passing this half. Let's see what they do here. They go back to the ground game with Mullen. A tough 5 yards. A motivated Ramel Mullen playing his heart out as he has all season. He gives the Clockers an emotional lift as well, as he's a very enthusiastic player. Good first down yardage, 2nd and 5 coming up. Mullen and Karat split right. That's probably bad. Split left. Norton up the middle, just a yard. 3rd and 4. The simple beauty of Tri-Valley League football. No electronic signals or conversation between the coach and the quarterback. No complicated signals from the sidelines. You just go over and ask the coach what play he wants to run. Mullen, trapped, buried, a loss. And the clock is suddenly in a bad spot, 4th and 9.
Gain for 9 into the tackle for Westwood. Loss of about 4 on the play. Will be a
Coach Ruggles is going to have to come up with something here. 4th and 9. The clock is in a tough spot. Coming up on 9 minutes left in the game. They're down 4. They're going to work from the shotgun. Mike Carrot is 22, Rich Babb is 80. They're the wideouts. It's over his head. Magazu has to fall on it and is lucky to just do that. The Clockers end up losing another 10 yards, and Westwood ends up starting at their own 44-yard line, getting much better field position than they ever deserved. That was a 16-yard loss as the snap went over Anthony Magazu's head. He's a fairly tall player, but no one could have had that. So the Clockers must come up big defensively, and the way the Wolverines have been working the clock, they're capable of using up this entire 9 minutes. They start with Gallagher on the right side, and he gets a couple. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Gallagher is actually going to the sidelines. He's going to take a rest. Fabiano, number 6, has come into the game. To try a few maybe for the Wolverines. We'll see who they use. They do give it to Fabiano, who gets 2 or 3 yards before he's dragged forward, actually, by the Clockers. Ron Coney again, along with the ever-present Buddy Norton. Looks like a 3rd and 4.
Gain up to the 49-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 4.
Irvine, number 19, comes left. He had the big play on their last touchdown drive. You'll recall a 30-yard pass reception. Trip backfield. Quarterback sneak, a beautiful call. 1st down, Westwood. About a 6-yard quarterback sneak. You won't see many longer than that. This Doug Collins is an athlete. Ball on the Ashland 45. 1st down, Wolverines. Up the middle and bouncing to the outside is another new ball carrier, Amadeus Guerrero.
Hit by Tommy DeSalvo, gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
5-yard pickup.
Line of scrimmage is the Ashland 40-yard line.
2nd down coming up. Imagine a football player named Amadeus. Did you ever think you would see such a thing? Timeout has been called. Somehow I missed exactly who called it. Clockers need a defensive stand. We're down to 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. They've got to get the ball back and get into the end zone to pull this one out. They trail by 4. Westwood 12 and Ashland 8. And there's been no turnovers yet tonight by either team. No interceptions and no fumbles lost. The Clockers could use something like that right about now. And there it is. But Doug Collins covers it. It's almost like I'm psychotic. I mean psychic. But they do lose a down and a yard. So it's a 3rd and 6 coming up. I have to say this is 2-down territory. Robert Mullen, number 1, comes left. Pat Irvine, 19, goes right. Gallagher has not returned, I don't think, to the backfield. We'll see. Gallagher is back there. He's blocking, though. That's a long pass from Mullen or Irvine. I guess it was for Irvine. He just couldn't catch up to it, because that went right to the goal line. Probably about 45 yards in the air, 40 at least. A well thrown, strongly thrown ball at least by Doug Collins. Misses the mark, and they've put themselves in a 4th and 6 situation. And they're in deep punt formation. Mullen scampers back. Clocker's wary of the fake. Up front there is the quarterback, Collins. It does go back to the punter, and he lets it fly. And it's not a good kick, but it's going to get a good result as Mullen has to watch it. And the Wolverines down it at the 11, and the Clockers start deep. So the Wolverine coach, Jim Von Yu, wanted to give his defense something to work with, and he elected to punt on that 4th down situation after going for it all on 3rd down and not getting it with the long pass. Left him with a 4th and 6. He decided to punt, give his defense every opportunity to close this one out for them. 5:49 left to go. Clocker starting deep in their own territory. They call it the 15, 1st and 10. Magazu to pass the sideline pattern to the tight end. No, it's to Richard Babb, number 80. Tom Brady style passing, sideways passing they call it, by the Clockers, has worked 3 times. That turns out to a nice 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 coming up. Carrot and Mullen. Jimmy Norton is the only one in the backfield. Carrot and Mullen come right. Babb goes left. They get it out to Babb again. He's got a 1st down and a little more. He's up to the 30-yard line, and Ashland has a 1st down. Magazu to Babb, connecting twice. Westwood giving that play up as we're under 5 minutes left to go. They're wary of it now. Again, this time only a yard. 3 completions in a row, Magazu to Babb. You got to be careful on that play. It can be a lateral if Babb is behind the quarterback when he gets the ball. And if it's not completed, it's a fumble. Babb limping off. DeLucia, 82, takes his place. They go the other side to Mike Carrot. Breaks 1 tackle, but can't break 2. A very short gain or a loss is going to bring up a 3rd down and about 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 9.
I look for the Clockers to try to get it in Ramel Mullen's hands this time. They need 10 yards here for a 1st down. They got a 3rd down coming up. They got 2 more chances to get it. 2 chances to get it, rather. Magazu takes the snap. He wants to run himself. He's in the grasp, and they snow him under. Well, that's a 5-yard loss, and it's 4th and a 15 plus here. Ball at the Ashland 24.
Mike Johnson. Lost back to the 35.
Secret weapon, Anthony Petroli's in the game, 42. Let's see if he's in there to be part of this play or not. The speedy Mike Richwine, 32, also enters. And the Clockers are going to punt. Babb back in the game after the injury to punt. We'll see if they fake it, but it is a fake. Who's got it? It's Michael Richwine, and there's nothing doing. And now the Clockers are in a mess. As that play never came close to being broken. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually lost 3 or 4 yards. And Westwood starts at the Ashland 20 with 2:19 left in the game, and they've got a 4-point lead. The Clockers have got to get the football. They've got to strip this. Doug Collins has got 3 in his backfield and 1 receiver. The fumble, just what they wanted. No excitement in blue, so Collins must have covered it. The Ashland burns a timeout. 2:12 left to go. Clockers can get it back if they use their timeouts wisely here. Each team with 5 timeouts per half. But I never keep track, so I can't tell you how many they've got left. I'm guessing they have about 2 left. But I've been wrong before. Defense is ready. Collins has had 2 fumbles, but he's both in the 4th period here, I think, and he's covered them both. Been very, very fortunate. Second down play, another fumble, he picks it up. Little or no gain or loss.
Doug Collins again.
Another timeout.
No gain on the play.
By Ashland.
Actually a loss of about 2. It's 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 at the 22 coming up after this timeout. And we want to thank Tom Kenny for producing and directing this game tonight, along with Joe Greathead on camera. The tireless devotion of volunteers like Tom Kenny is what keeps the cable station running. They work from a shotgun and they pass. Unbelievable. Incomplete. An incredible call by the Westwood coach that time. Not only doesn't he get anything, he stops the clock without Ashland having to use a timeout. And they're in a 4th down situation with 2:02 left in the game. Let's see what they do here. Clockers stop this play, they get the ball back. And they'll have some time to try to go an awful long way. They're going to go from the shotgun again? No. No, Collins goes up over center. But it's sort of a passing formation with a man in motion. And he's going to pass. Doug Collins scrambles, bounces off a would-be tackler. He's brought down short of the first down. It's Ashland ball. The Clocker defense holds. But they've got a long, long way to go. They're going to start at about their own 14-yard line, 86 yards to go, and 1:53 to do it.
Too much time. First down, Ashland, from their own 15-yard line.
Don Perry says the Clocker's only problem here is it's too much time.
Can we drive the ball up the tank again? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Push that ball up.
Magazoo from the shotgun.
Come on, baby.
Wants to run. Breaks a tackle. Lets it go. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. I guess it was intended for either Carrot or Mullen. Both were in the area. None really close to the ball. Magazoo's limp becoming more pronounced.
Pass was deflected. It'll be 2nd and 10.
The most wear and tear comes running back and forth to the coach to get the play. He has a knack of eluding tackles, as he showed in his touchdown run tonight. Carrot to the right, Babb to the left. Straight back. He gives it to Carrot, but he doesn't catch it. Pass was short in the dirt. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass, but we're down to 1:42. Clockers have no yardage on this drive, and it's 3rd and 10. Going to have to stop moving the ball one way or another here. Big 61 is one of the co-captains of the Wolverines. That's David Reese, rather, their place kicker, number 61. Number 51, Joe Chiuri, is their co-captain. Magazoo, desperate, in the grasp. He lets it fly. And they're going to let that go. I guess there was a receiver in the area. Well, it won't lose yardage, but it's going to be 4th and 10. A desperation grounding. Not a penalty type grounding, but just getting rid of the ball and throwing it out of bounds. And now it's 4th down. Clockers are going to have to go for it. Got to get a first down, or this one's going to go into the books as another tough loss. Got to do something here to keep it going. Carrot and Babby are wideouts. Mullen, I guess, is in the slot. He hasn't been getting the ball here the last 2 drives, and I can't figure out why. Clockers are going to talk it over as figuring the game is in the balance here. And we're bringing out the chalkboard. Don, we're bringing out the chalkboard. We're going to diagram something. This isn't even a play that's in a playbook. Now they ask Magazoo to join the huddle. As the quarterback, he might as well know what the play is, they figure. A 1:33 to go. Westwood 12, Ashland 8. 4th down play coming up. Clock is desperately trying to keep this drive alive. Desperate to keep a chance to win this game alive. It's going to take something here. Carrot to the near side, Babb to the far side. Norton in the backfield to block, I would guess. Hachetti in motion. He's got a little bit of time. He lets it go. Intended for Mullen. Tremendously well defended and intercepted by number 21. Not on the program.
Brought down there by Ramel Mullen.
An ineligible player apparently intercepted that pass, so we may get a forfeit out of this. Either that or he's just left off the program.
Westwood would have the ball from the Ashland 30-yard line, 31-yard line.
So we got 1:25 to go. First down, Westwood at the Ashland 30. Clockers, I would guess, are out of timeouts. 2-3 knees, and this one should be over, although you never know. Clockers need a fumble, need a strip here. First man makes the tackle if there's one to be made. Next one goes for the ball. They take a knee. No tackle allowed in that situation. Now, the only way you can create a fumble on a play like this is you have to have your linebackers and defensive backs actually leap over your defensive line and try to get to the quarterback before he has a chance to take that knee. You don't see it too much, I'll tell you. Clock is running, under a minute to go. Doug Collins takes the snap. The Clockers do not try the catapult play. And now we're under 40 seconds. May have to take one more snap or the game may be over. Officials anxious for it to end. And they wait till the 25 seconds, until the game clock goes under 25 seconds, and then blow the start of the play so that Westwood does not have to snap the ball. Westwood, oblivious, snaps it anyway, takes a knee, and this one's over. A great effort by the Clockers tonight goes by the boards, as they just couldn't generate any offense the few times they had the ball in the second half. And they fall to the Wolverines 12-8. A great effort. Something to go with. But another tough loss here at the Grump. And another exciting home game at the Grump. Even though the Clockers 0-9 in the season, they played 3 very exciting home games. So they've really entertained the fans with some inspired football. Coach Ruggles and his staff pulled everything out, pulled out all stops tonight, but it just wasn't enough. The Clockers led for the first time, I think, the whole season, 8-0 in the first period. They led 8-6 at the half. Westwood scored in the second half, the only points of the second half, to make it 12-8, and that's how it ended. Magazoo, an 8-yard run on a 4th down play for the Ashland touchdown. Derek McAdams, the freshman, 2-point conversion, accounted for the Ashland 8 points. And a tough loss for the Clockers, but another thing to be proud of in a very, very tough season is the way they fought against an excellent Westwood team tonight. And they played a great game, and they just came up a little bit short. Our thanks once again to Tom Kenny and Joe Greathead and the great crew of Ashland High School Cable 10, and Bethany Levy along with them tonight. And thanks to all of them. Follow the Clockers all season long on Channel 10, the school channel. All the sports are found on Channel 10, the school channel, all season long. Basketball, football, and maybe some baseball and lacrosse in the spring. And thanks again to everyone. And for the final time, the score is Westwood 12 and Ashland 8. And this is Bob Thacker. We'll see you again next time on Ashland High School Football.